In this video, we're going to talk about one of nature's most delicate and dazzling creations, the butterfly. From their paper-thin wings to their incredible transformations, they're so much more than just pretty insects fluttering by. Butterflies are, for sure, some of the most beautiful creatures on Earth. But behind those colorful wings, they are holding some truly surprising secrets. So, to give you a taste, let me start with a little riddle for you. What has 6,000 lenses in its eyes and cased with its feet? If you guessed the butterfly, you are absolutely right. And that little riddle, well, that's just the beginning of the surprises this incredible insect holds. So let's get right into what makes a butterfly a butterfly. So, what exactly is a butterfly? Well, scientifically speaking, it's an insect from the order Lepidoptera. Now, that big name literally means scaly wings, which is the perfect description because all those vibrant colors you see actually come from thousands of tiny overlapping scales. And just like all insects, butterflies share a classic body plan. They've got a protective outer shell, that's called an exoskeleton, and their body is split into three main parts. You've got the head, the thorax, where the legs and wings are attached, and of course the abdomen. Throw in six-jointed legs, and yep, that's the official blueprint for an insect. Okay, now let's zoom out a little and look at the sheer variety we're talking about here. The butterfly you see in your garden is just one single member of a massive, global family. The diversity is just staggering, and the numbers, well, they might just surprise you. Get this. There are about 17,500 known species of butterflies fluttering all across the globe. They've managed to set up shop on almost every continent, with one very, very cold exception. So, where are they all living? This chart breaks down the distribution of the entire Lepidoptera order, so that includes both butterflies and their close relatives moths. Looking at this gives us a great idea of where these insects really thrive. And no surprise, the vast majority live in the warm, tropical regions of the world. And if you look all the way at the bottom, you can see the one continent with a big zero next to its name, Antarctica. It's just simply too cold for them to survive down there. A butterfly's life might be brief, but wow, is it a whirlwind of activity and transformation. And just how long they live or how many eggs they can lay, well, it can vary wildly from one species to the next. So for most adult butterflies, they only live for a few weeks. But in that really short time, a female can lay hundreds of eggs. But then you have the outliers, like the brimstone butterfly, which can live for up to 10 months. But before any of them can take flight, every single one has to go through an absolutely magical transformation. This whole four-stage process is called metamorphosis. It all begins with a tiny egg, laid on a very specific host plant. From that egg hatches a larva, which we all know is the caterpillar, and it is basically just an eating machine. Once it's all grown up, it enters the pupa stage, forming a chrysalis. Now inside, its body completely reorganizes. It basically turns into liquid before reforming, until finally, the adult butterfly emerges, ready to start the whole cycle all over again. So, once a butterfly finally emerges from its chrysalis, what does it do all day? Well, a big part of its life really revolves around finding food. So, what exactly is on the menu? Using their straw-like tongue, which is called a proboscis, butterflies live on an all-liquid diet. Their main food source is sugary nectar from flowers. But they're not super picky. They'll also sip juices from rotting fruit and gather at mud puddles for minerals. They'll even wait on animals, and that includes us, to get salt from sweat or, believe it or not, even tears. Now when it comes to social lives, butterflies are generally solitary creatures. They don't have leaders or chiefs, but they still have to navigate a world full of enemies and allies. Their main predators are birds, spiders, and reptiles. To survive, they use awesome defenses like camouflage or bright warning colors that basically signal that they're poisonous. Some caterpillars even form friendships with ants, trading a sugary snack for protection. And yeah, while they are mostly loners, when you do see a group of them all together, they have one of the most beautiful collective nouns in the entire animal kingdom. A group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope. And then, how perfect is that? Alright, we've covered the basics, but the world of butterflies is just filled with so many strange and wonderful details. So here are a few of my favorite unbelievable facts. First up, they taste with their feet. This helps them find the absolute perfect plant to lay their eggs on. Second, some of them are incredibly fast. Skippers can reach speeds of 37 miles per hour. Third, they're basically cold-blooded and need the sun. They actually can't fly if their body temperature drops below 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Fourth, their wing colors aren't from pigment like paint. They're created by light reflecting off thousands of tiny little scales. And finally, the caterpillar is a muscle machine with around 2,000 muscles, compared to just 650 in the entire human body. So it's pretty clear these delicate creatures are so much more than just beautiful. As vital pollinators, they're absolutely essential to the health of our ecosystems. So that leaves us with one final thought. What's one thing you could plant in a garden, or maybe even a window box, to help your local butterflies thrive? Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.